Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Steampunk Enterprise. In this episode, we're going to do things a bit differently. Rather than doing the time lapse like we did in the last episode, I'm going to do little updates as the build progresses. Time lapses take a long time to edit, and with how many clips there was, it seemed much easier just to do it this way. So, let's get started. Often in steampunk, there is a lot of underwater stuff, and so I wanted to build a restaurant that was underwater. And so I was thinking of just doing a glass dome and then having everything inside of that. However, what ended up happening was there wasn't really a lot of place inside of the lake where I wanted to put it to have or to fit a dome. And so I ended up stretching it out and making it a lot more hot dog shaped. And then after that, I built an elevator that connected above ground to the restaurant. And then I wanted to add a bit more. If you've ever been to City Walk at Universal, by the way, it's a great place. They have a lot of themed restaurants, and there's a lake in the center, kind of like this does. I'm pretty much basing this area off of City Walk. And some of their bigger restaurants, like Hard Rock Cafe, have an area for merchandising. And so I wanted that to also exist here. And so I'm also building a shop next to it selling Nautical Abyss, that's what I'm going to call it, merchandise. Once I was finished with most of the building, I started to add paths surrounding it so that way you could walk alongside the water. Finally, I saved the front side of the building for last, as I had been dreading it, and I didn't really know what to do. But in the end, it came out alright. I'm not completely happy with it, but the mixed theme of steampunk and aquatic and this entire build has kind of been a bit wonky, and so I might go back and change some things if I can think of how to do them better, but for now, the building turned out pretty good. The final step of this building was to make a sign for it. I want every major restaurant and everything in my little lake area to have a sign, so that way I can have directions around the paths. And I also think it just looks cool to have each building have its own sign. So this is the one for Nautical Abyss, and it came out pretty good. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed that first part of the video. So we got a lot done in this episode. We have this underwater restaurant area, and we have this upper, just part of it, but it's kind of like a shopping store area thing. Anyways, it's gonna look great once I have path over here and then you can look at it from across the lake. Yeah, it's gonna look great. I also have actually started that path, dragging it down here, and that goes into this black box. Don't know if you noticed, it's a bit hidden. This is under construction, so I just put a giant box around it so you can't see it for now, but you will see it soon enough. You might have also noticed that this was missing in that first half of the video. That is because this world got corrupt, and so I had to start over, but it was alright because I had a lot of video on how to rebuild everything exactly as it was. So, it's the exact same thing. So, this is the building. It looks pretty good. I still might make some changes to it if I think of anything, because it's a weird color combination with the steampunk and this aquatic. It's interesting, but it actually came out pretty well. So, and there's the sign for it. That came out really well too. I actually didn't expect that to come out as good as it did. I really like that sign. I might have like signs like that on posts with arrows pointing to where to go to get to them. So that's why I made that. And each restaurant and shopping center will have one. So we head inside. There is currently nothing here. I actually have signs for stuff I'm going to put in here. The reason for that is because I'm just done with this building. I've spent a whole ton of hours on it, and so I kind of just want to be done with it for now. I will come back one day and put an interior to this area, but yeah, this is the way it looks now. You might also think the wooden floor with the white and blue walls is kind of strange, but trust me, it is much better than how I had it before with the white and blue floor, with the white and blue walls, with the white and blue ceiling. It all blended in, and it was just a huge eyesore. Like, it sucked. So this is what I have. This is also going to be a little more shopping area, downstairs changing room. So yeah, I have a lot of space for that. If you come over here, this is the start of the restaurant, and so we have Greg, the waiter. he will come and you'll probably have to wait a little bit, so I added a little waiting area. Also a little back door to get to this path in case you don't want to go all the way upstairs just to come back down. So yeah, I also built an elevator that actually does work. Credit to Block Creation for creating this. I did not come up with it. It is pretty smart. But if we hit this button, it will call it up. And then once it gets up here any minute now, we can hop on it and then go back down. Bye, Greg. So yeah, pretty cool elevator shaft. It's slime blocks right there, so yeah, if you stand on them, you bounce. Very mesmerizing if you look up from the bottom. I might change this little hallway a little bit. I don't like the way I copied it 3 times around, but we can come back to that. You might notice that sign. I'll come back to that in a sec. So this is what I have so far for the restaurant. It also doesn't have much of an interior. I was going to put the kitchen in the center of the restaurant. I think some restaurants actually do that, where you can kind of see the people cooking in front of you. And so I was going to do that kind of thing. However, I don't think it needs to be that big. So I might merge that into just one kitchen in the center, and I might add some more tables. We will see. I kind of wanted every table to be on the edge, so that we always have like a nice seat next to the glass. So that was the thought behind that. And I still needed somewhere to put a bathroom. I thought it would be weird just to have a building in the center of this, so I was going to put the bathroom right here underground. So we'll see how this all comes out. This is also, I'm going to come back to it. It's much like the other building. I'm just pretty done with this, and I want to move on to some new stuff. As you've already seen, I've already started building. So yeah, that is it for this building, at least, in this little pathway. I mean, I guess I can talk about this for a sec. I love the way that this, what do you call it, garden area? I'm not entirely sure, but this. No words are coming to mind. How that came out, like I've said earlier, I'm basing this off a city walk, and so they usually have the path lifted a little bit up above the water, and then they'll have some plants and stuff lined alongside in between the path and the water. So that's how that goes. I have a whole ton of signs placed everywhere about future expansions, but I'm not going to show those to you yet, much like I'm not going to show that to you quite yet. Maybe I can give you a little sneak peek. There you go. That's all you get. Looks pretty sad and dark from this view because it's all covered up, but trust me, it's not. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this and that you stick along for the rest of the series. Do a cool third-person perspective thingamajig for my outro. Yeah, see ya.